You are the first caller and will be placed on
Welcome
hold
to your
until the
Cisco
next caller
Jabber view.
arrives.
If you notice when you got logged on to your computer today or restarted your computer, you now have a Cisco Jabber icon. This is our new instant messaging program that we'll be using from now on. Let's start off by logging into Cisco Jabber. Go ahead and double press or double click onto your Cisco Jabber. You're going to put in your login information that you normally use for logging into your computer to get it started. As we're logging into our Cisco Jabber, remember that this is one of our future programs that we have and one of our nice new technology we have going. As you can see, I've come up with the Cisco Jabber startup screen here. Let's go over some of the functions of this program and look at the different features of it. Let's start with under the main screen here, we have File, Communications, View, and Help. Under the File tab, we can go to New. We can create new contacts. We can create a group of contacts, or we can create a custom tab. We don't have to worry about the import of contacts, but you do have the Options tab where you can change your options on how your chat. We don't use chat right now. That is for future rollout along with the audio. But you can change how your status is and your sound alerts. Also underneath this File tab, you can have View My Profile. If you look at it, this is pulling over your information from what we have in Outlook. In our program, showing your email and your number, your phone extension, if have a phone extension, and what area of the company you work in. Next to our File tab is our Communications tab. These are grayed out because this has to do with future stuff rolling out at a later date. Under the View, it gives you the different options on how to view your Cisco Jabber. Show the content pictures, or your contact pictures. Show offline contacts. Video calling, like I said, is for future rollouts. Show docked window, which is what we're seeing here up at the top. And position dock window, that's where if we want to move it. This is so when we have our Cisco minimized, we're able to pull it open. And how you want to sort your contacts. And then you have your help, where you can report a problem or check for updates or see about Cisco Jabber. And as you can see along here too, you see my picture and my name and that I'm available. When I'm available and at my desk, it shows that I'm green because I've chosen that status. You can go underneath your name and there's a little drop down caret here. We press the drop down caret, it shows us the 3 available statuses: available, away, and do not disturb. I would use do not disturb if you are busy working on a project and you don't want to get any IMs, or use away when you leave your desk for lunch. Below that is our search field, where you can search for contacts. This is one of 2 ways that we can add contacts in. Remember, I showed you up here underneath File, you can go to New, and you can go to Company Contact, where we can search somebody's name there too. So let's search somebody's name that I want to contact with. So I want to talk to my good friend Mark. And go ahead and press on Mark. And I want to add him to a new group. Because I can add him to contacts I already have, or I can add him to a new group. If I choose a new group and I put in my new group as IT. And now I can add Mark into there. It does show that now Mark is online because he does have the green in there. And I've added him. I can do the same thing up here. So let's say I want to add Julie into a conversation too. So there would be Julie. I can go there and press my plus sign right here next to her name. When I press that, it gives me the opportunity to add her into it. So I want to add her, so I go to my Add to FSBR. I can add there, and as you see, Julie is online too. So those are the two different ways that you can add somebody or search for them within the company if you don't have them already in your list. This now creates a list for me of different people. You see I have my IT list, I have my FSBR list. These two things will help me for when I can do like quick contacts with them. And I can make up a contact list. So let's say I want to look up Mr. Ken. I can add Ken. I want to add him to a list. So there's his name there. I want to add him to a new list, a new group called Wood. So now I can create him in a Wood list. So now I have Ken. This will continue along showing how you can add people or find people within the system or within Cisco Jabber so that we can instant message with them. That was our contact list, so we can keep adding more people. If I want to add more people into my IT list, I can do that by just real easily typing their name in, choosing where I want to put them, and hit add. And it does show you their statuses if you look along here that Julie is available, Jason's away, Mark is available. This is just in here within our menu, showing our contact list. And you can see I have them separated by who goes where. You can easily click and drag down if I want to add. If I want to move somebody along there, if I want to change my groups up, I can change them up, or I can minimize them here and make them disappear, so where I just have my contact list like that. Now, let's go and look at a conversation window. We've now added our people in that we want to chat with. Now we can go along and chat with somebody or instant message. So I'm going to start with Julie. I see that Julie is available. By double clicking on her name, it brings up our chat window. This is your chat window. And the more chats you have, they will line up down the side here on the left-hand side. So you remember how we saw Mark over there too, that he was available? So I go back over here and I can click on Mark. As you see now that my chat window has added more people among it. And I can search for people if I have a lot of people on my chat. So along here inside the chat window you see that Julie is available with her name. You come down here to the bottom, this is your text box here. Your text box is available for you to type anything in there. So I'm going to start with saying good morning. Along in our text box here, just while she's replying to that, you can see we have, this is where we can do a screen capture. I can capture a portion of my screen with that. If I want to capture just the Cisco icon. So there, that adds that into the chat menu there. That is, adds it as a picture into our chat that we can send. I'm going to go ahead and delete that out of there. Because I don't want to send her that chat. Next to that, we have our paperclip. This is where we can send a file if we need to send a file to somebody. We can press on this and we can choose an attachment if we want to choose some kind of attachment to send. And there's lots of different items that we can choose to send, whatever what's on your desktop or saved in your documents, if you have an item you want to send to somebody very easily. Next to the attached file, we have the emoticons. Everybody loves emoticons. You do have some to choose from. I can let Julie know I need a cup of coffee this morning in there. Next to your emoticons is your text font. You can change the color of your text, what font it's in, and the size, bold, italic, or underline. But do remember to try to be professional if some of the people you haven't normally chatted with, or if you're chatting with your boss. Next to that, we have where we can add somebody to a group conversation. So let's say I want to add Mark into a group conversation. I can add Mark into this chat by double-clicking on his name, and I want to start a group chat. So there's the group chat I have started. With this group chat, it'll let you know when the other people have joined the conversation. So if I'm back here on the conversation with Julie, let's say I have Julie and I have Mark and I have a group chat. Well, I want to bring just Julie's chats out so I can just see her separately. That's what that far right icon is. That is the show your chat in a new window. So there I've pulled Julie out to where she has her own chat box so I can keep it separately. By pressing the button again, it puts Julie back into there. So also going back here to show you to change in your text, remember if I wanted to put something in a different color, I can put it in a different color by clicking on it and then typing. So now the screen is now in blue. We do see that Julie has joined our group conversation. Mark must be away from his computer right now. So that's a separate conversation than the one that we have earlier. You do notice that when somebody is writing, that a little pencil pops up next to their name. That means they are writing. And when they send us a new instant message, we receive a little icon that shows a number 1 so that they've written something. And you can see she left us a message here. And going through, you can see how you can go through and switch between your conversations very easily this way. Do remember you can minimize your screens and have these conversation boxes open while you're working in case you have to chat back and forth. Also along the top here, you can see our little blue box here. That's the same thing where you can type in their name. If I want to type in Jason, it'll pull him up. Also along there, it does, if you cannot have your screen open, it brings back open our normal Cisco Jabber screen. This does complete your training of Cisco Jabber. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact your local IT department for help with this. Thank you and have a great day.